pressing the red dot.
Hi, my name's Tracy Peake. I'm over in Spain with my friend Linda Williams and Carol Lockhart. Carol is fortunate enough to live in this beautiful home and we're demonstrating today the Kangen Water Machine and the power of Kangen water and comparing it to the usual waters that are purchased in Spain. Obviously, if we were in the UK, where we've come from, we'd be using other waters, but we're demonstrating the Spanish brands today. Sprite is a universal brand which is known all over the world, so we're using that, and that represents any fizzy drink like Coca-Cola or Fanta. So we actually flew over to attend a health and beauty event at Carrasco, and it was a very successful 2-day event. We met lots of people and we shared the Kangen water and we told them all about it, but we weren't able to do a full demo, so that's why we're doing this video today, so Carol can share this video with the people we met at the event. So what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to get some tap water, and this is the fitting that fits to the tap for the Kangen water machine, and in that position there, as you turn the tap, you actually get tap water. So we're just running the tap water into the jug. And then I'm going to pour out the liquids, the Bezoya, you'll have to excuse my pronunciation. And then we've got a Yaris, and these are all obviously bottled waters in Spain. I'm not sure if they come from natural mineral sources, but I know that they're in the supermarkets and they're purchased by lots of people. So we just want to explain as well about bottled waters, because bottled waters, obviously, they may have been in that bottle for a year or two. You know, they weren't bottled last week. And this is gaseosa, which is obviously carbonated water, and the CO2 gas gives it the fizzy bubbles. And obviously the Sprite, which has also got the CO2 in, and then we've got our Kangen water. Now I want to do a test on the tap water, which we were doing yesterday for people, which was quite shocking for people. So I'm going to use some different cups here for the tap water. So you know about tap water, I'm sure. It's got chlorine in, it's got aluminium in, it's got pharmaceutical drugs in that are excreted by the body, and it's also got chemicals in to bring the pH up. So we just want to test this tap water to show you how much chlorine is actually in it. And if it goes yellow, it contains chlorine. These are chlorine tester drops. And as you can see, that is not only yellow, that is practically off the scale. The lower one is the chlorine, practically off the scale for chlorine. So the Spanish water is very highly chlorinated. Now I'm going to do a test here where I put this water in my mouth and I put it back into the cup and then test it for chlorine. That might be a bit too much, so if you don't mind, I'll just tip a little bit back. So as you can see, I didn't spend a lot of time in my mouth with the water, and I didn't swirl it around. I just mainly put it in and spat it out. And now I'm going to do the chlorine test again. And you can check it out on the chart. You can see that actually that water has not even gone slightly yellow. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that that chlorine in that water has actually absorbed into my mouth tissues in the space of a second. And if you think about that, that is quite shocking, because chlorine is actually a poison to our system. Chlorine is something that actually kills bacteria, and it's very, very acidic. It would ruin the pipes if we didn't put other chemicals into the water to bring the pH up. So if you imagine you're absorbing the chlorine out of that water in a second, and you might be drinking 2 to 3 litres of this tap water a day thinking you're doing something really good for your health. You might also be cooking your pasta and your rice and your vegetables in it. Well, they're cells like us, so they absorb the chlorine. And you're actually absorbing 6 to 8 glasses of chlorine through your skin a day when you're having a shower in tap water. So if you imagine the amount of chlorine that's being assimilated into the body, it's quite shocking, and you're 93% more likely to get cancer if you're drinking chlorinated water. So when I saw that test, I was so shocked. That actually was one of the main driving forces to drink plenty of Kangen water and not drink tap water and not use tap water in my cooking. So I want to just show you now with this pinpoint ORP meter the redox potential of the water. Now that's a term that you might not be familiar with, but you might be familiar with the term oxidation. Now if I cut an apple today and put it out for the air to get to, it would go brown. That's oxidation, that's the process of aging. Now these waters, we're going to demonstrate if they're positively charged, that shows they're oxidating our tissues. And if they're negatively charged, they're antioxidising our bodies. So oxidation is a process that goes on externally and internally, and it's due to chemicals that we take in our food, chemicals we breathe in, stress that we go through, whether it be physical stress because we're exercising, emotional stress, not getting enough sleep. But oxidation and oxidative stress create free radicals that damage our body. So this is why we do this test. So if you can just check out the readings on the water. So Carol's tap water is reading at 450. Well, it's not stopped yet, but it's definitely going up, and it could even reach 500. Yeah, we're at 508. Yeah. So here we're going to test the Bazoya, and it's 450, going down a bit. Maybe, I don't think it'll get below 400, but you never know. Looks pretty stable. 426.
Lost her.
So here we've got 430, 440, not much difference. 450 something. So they're all round about the same. Let's check out the fizzy stuff. Oh, you see the jump? 555. So obviously fizzy drinks are a lot more damaging to the body. 540 from Sprite. So I'm just going to wash this off in the tap water because Sprite is very potent, as I'll demonstrate later. So this is the Kangen water that we drink on a regular basis. I've been drinking it now for 14 months. I actually have been a distributor for that length of time in the UK. Now as you can see, we've done a minus, can you see, minus 300, minus 400. Wow. So if you imagine we've gone from minus 400 back to that tap water now, and that was round about 500. As you can see, it's going up again. And it's going to reach 500 again. Yeah? So we're going from 500 positive to minus 450. So if you imagine vitamin C, I've got a chart here that I'd like to show you. Vitamin C is round about minus 50, green tea is minus 80, and cod liver oil is minus 200. Well, Kangen water, as we've seen today, was minus 450 coming out of Carol's machine. So you're talking 9 times the potency of vitamin C for the effects on your body. over twice as potent as cod liver oil. Now we take cod liver oil as an anti-inflammatory for our joints, we know that, and we know that green tea is good for our health as well. Well, the Japanese drink lots of green tea, but they drink it with Kangen water as well, so they're getting a win-win, aren't they? And they live to be the longest people in the world. And the Japanese technology has made this machine, would you believe, over 30 years ago, and it's been in Japanese hospitals for 30 years, and we're only getting to know about it now. So for me, that as an anti-aging, mopping up your free radicals, protecting your body against free radical damage is very, very important to why I drink Kangen water. Now I'm actually a pharmacist, so I can talk a lot about how it affects the body. But we're here today to just do this demonstration. Now we're going to use the pH drops here, and we're going to demonstrate whether the liquids are acid or alkaline. Now, tap water, the government in the UK tells us going to produce neutral water for us. So we expect our tap water to be neutral, but we did find yesterday that the tap water here is slightly alkaline because it's slightly blue. But that doesn't mean it's healthy for you, because it's been made to be slightly alkaline by adding a lot of chemicals to bring it from being very, very acidic, because don't forget, we saw the level of chlorine in the water, which was making it very, very acidic. It damaged the pipes, and I believe there's even lead pipes in Spain that are being swapped at the moment. So if you imagine that acidity is dissolving lead into the water table. So they put tons of other chemicals in to bring the pH up to be slightly alkaline. So then we're looking at the Bezoya. Now that's actually neutral. And then we've got one here, which is Yaras, that's acidic. We've got another neutral one. And then we go to the fizzy stuff, which is actually very, very acidic. And then we're going to do the Kangen water. And as you can see, it's my favourite colour, it's purple. And that means it's alkaline. As you look on that chart, it's 9.5 actually, because we've done it from the machine. So if I can just sort of put that behind, and you can see the difference in the colours with the white background, you can see it's quite staggering, the difference, even in the bottled waters. But what you have to understand about that bottled water, it could have been in the bottle for 2 years. In a warm country like this, it might not have been stored properly, and the heat will actually leach the chemicals from the plastic. The plastic leaches a chemical called biphenyl acetate, and it's BPA for short. That is a carcinogenic compound. So you could be drinking this water as opposed to this water thinking you're being really good. You could be actually ingesting carcinogenic chemicals. Now, so for me, there's no choice. I can't drink that, and I can't drink any of them, and I certainly don't want to drink them. So I'm going to drink that, and I'm going to try and get to as many people as I can and help them achieve better health by drinking that. Now, there's just one test I want to do for you here. Now, this is Kangen water, and it's 9.5, as you've seen on that chart. And this is Sprite, yeah? So I'd like to show you now that I would pour this Kangen water into these waters, and you'll see how if you were to drink this water on a regular basis, your body is 75 to 80% water, and as we age we become dehydrated, so we go towards 50% water. So if you can hydrate your body with this water and replace the water in your body now with Kangen water, you'll become alkaline again as we were born. And most people are now acidic and showing lifestyle diseases due to acidity, like arthritis, fibromyalgia, diabetes. Those lifestyle, and cancer, they are lifestyle diseases due to acidity. So if you start drinking this water, you will become alkaline. Okay, you can see it's got the potential, but you look at these liquids here. These liquids here are very, very acidic. So if you don't learn anything else from this little demonstration, what I'd like you to learn is to avoid the fizzy drinks, because fizzy drinks are very, very damaging. And there's so many children out there. Now, look, it makes no difference. I could pour huge amounts of Kangen water into that. So if you're drinking that on a daily basis, you are seriously damaging your health. So I just want to show you how potent this is, because obviously we've got Kangen water, a nice colour of purple, and I'm going to put a teaspoon of this in, yeah? This is Sprite, only a teaspoon. And you can see, from a teaspoon, I'll probably not even have to stir it much. It's going to change, yeah? It might even go, yeah, can you see that? Can you see that? The difference that went from purple right down, look at the pH scale there, it's gone right down. And every single one of those units, whether you're going from 9.5 to 2.5, every single one is a 10 times concentration of hydrogen ions, H+ ions. So you can see that by drinking Kangen water, not only are you anti-aging your body because you're drinking a negatively charged liquid, which is actually full of free hydrogen, which is the most powerful antioxidant, enters the body, creates water inside the cell. So that is an antioxidant liquid that you can drink 2 to 3 litres a day of without a problem. It's also a thinner water, which sounds, you know, maybe strange, but it's microclustered, it's restructured by this machine. It's filtered here, so you take all the nasties out, the chlorine, aluminium, and it's passed over electrolysis plates here, and in that chamber it's split into OH- and H+. We have the alkaline water coming out of this pipe, and we also have the acidic water coming out of here. And the acidic water equally has a use. We don't throw it away. We use it to clean our surfaces. It's antiseptic. It will kill 99.9% of bacteria, gram-positive, gram-negative. Use it on your skin. If you've got any injuries, eczema, you can use it on your mouth to rinse your mouth and get rid of gum disease. You can apply it to even tissues that have got gangrene. In Japanese hospitals, they use it for cleaning apparatus, theatres, and treating things like gangrene. And then we also have a pH 11.5, which is a strong alkaline, which we make by pressing the bottom button here, and that will take the pesticides off your fruit and veg, and we're going to do another video shortly to demonstrate that. So on that note, I just want to thank you all for listening, and please do get in touch with the person who showed you this video, and our links will be below it, but obviously you can get in touch with the person who showed you the video, and if you want further information, do come forward, because we'd love to share this with you and help you obtain this Kangen water and change your water, change your life, and protect your body against lifestyle diseases, and hopefully you can live a long and happy, healthy life like us. Thank you.